R-Truth's release just shocked the world and has fans saying all types of things. So we'll see what's new there. We'll also check out what's up with Gunther, Jey Uso, and more. Starting things off with the biggest gut-wrenching WWE release in a long time. And that's really saying something because there's been a lot of major WWE releases recently that have been very shocking. But not on the level of this individual release. R-Truth's release is probably the most shocking individual release since Bray Wyatt back in 2021. Bray Wyatt's release felt like it brought the entire community to its knees, and that's the feeling that R-Truth's release is giving now as well. It all started on the morning of June 1st, when R-Truth took to his social media platforms to announce he has been released from WWE, and thanked fans for coming on the journey with him. The initial reaction was that R-Truth had to be playing and messing around. R-Truth has messed around before with dates, like when he was celebrating Mother's Day weeks in advance before it actually took place. So the fan theory here was that R-Truth was probably treating June 1st as April 1st, and how this was all one big April Fool's Day joke. So that's what everyone was running with at first, laughing and thinking it was Truth, playing a late April Fool's Day joke. But then everyone realized that he wasn't playing around with his job status all for a joke. So minutes after Truth's goodbye message went up, official reports started to come out saying that it was not a joke from R-Truth at all, and how he was legitimately released from the company. And that's when the shock really set in. WWE superstars themselves flooded R-Truth's comment section, talking about how much he meant to them and how deeply he will be missed. Everyone was in there talking about R-Truth, from top babyfaces to top heels. Everyone broke character for this shocking moment. And then for the rest of the day, regular fans hijacked the comment section of WWE's official social media platforms, with everyone posting about R-Truth and ignoring whatever the original topic of the post was. All the reports that were coming out claimed that all the talent learned about R-Truth's release at the same time all the fans did. So everyone was devastated together all at the same time. There's not one single fan or superstar that's happy about this entire release at all. Some reports claim that the move is taking away comfortability in the locker room, because if they can cut someone as legendary like R-Truth, then that really shows that no one is safe at all. So R-Truth's release brings down the locker room morale and makes everyone fear for their jobs. So not a good feeling for fans or the locker room at all. R-Truth was obviously just a major part of WWE television, literally dating back just 1 week before his release from the company. You could go back 7 days from his release date, and he was in a massive televised match against John Cena. And then 2 nights before his release, it looks like Jimmy Uso and R-Truth were forming a new partnership to take on Solo Sikoa. And then this happened. So no one knows if this was the plan all along, or if it was a sudden release, or the decision was just made this weekend. Because did R-Truth know that John Cena's match would be his last official match in the company? Was that the reason why his Ron Cena shirt said it was his farewell tour as well, and everyone just missed that hint? No one has any idea what's really going on and how that decision was made. Like some fans said, they know R-Truth is 53 years old and was basically on a full-time schedule, so maybe they wanted to dial it back a bit on him. But fans thought that maybe R-Truth could convert to a backstage producer or a Legends deal. But to be fully exiled from the company in that fashion, that's what fans are just having a hard time digesting. Other fans have suggested for WWE to revert the release and turn it into a big storyline. Obviously, the whole world was talking about R-Truth's release over the weekend. Maybe they assumed no one would care, and the news would get swept under the rug. But news of Truth's release was one of the biggest global stories of the entire weekend. It sat on the top trends all weekend long. Truth's post even picked up nearly 300,000 likes itself, so it wasn't swept under the rug at all. It was the most talked about WWE thing all weekend long. Fans were talking about how there's still time to revert this into a narrative and fix everything. Some fans were even saying that maybe it could be played off as R-Truth getting confused again, like he always does, and how he thought he was released, but it was something unrelated. Some fans were even discussing the idea of John Cena's character playing a role in this release of R-Truth. We know John Cena has not been the biggest fan of R-Truth on screen lately. So what if John Cena used some of his pull and power of selling his soul to The Rock in order to get R-Truth released from WWE? That's another storyline twist to it that some fans were discussing. Fans seem very passionate about wanting R-Truth back. So now we'll have to see how WWE will handle this. Will they pretty much erase R-Truth from history and act like he was never there? Or will there be some type of acknowledgement or something? No one knows. But it's a major loss for WWE that really looks like it sucked the air out of the room. So we'll see how that plays out. Speaking of strange moves, fans were quick to notice a big change to the presentation of Gunther's official Twitter account. Gunther removed his bio, removed all description and ties of him being a WWE superstar, and also deleted every single tweet he ever made. The only remaining post on his page is a repost of his wife's pictures. So that is a strange move that fans are trying to decipher as well and wonder if there's a hidden agenda or a message there with Gunther doing that to his page. With some fans wondering if Gunther is frustrated or something there with his position. Gunther has that incredible stat in place of being a champion for 80% of his time with WWE. But if there's anything for him to be a bit down about, it surely will be his last 2 WrestleMania matches. At WrestleMania 40, he was pinned and lost his Intercontinental Championship to Sami Zayn. Then, 1 year later, he enters WrestleMania 41 as the World Heavyweight Champion, but taps out and loses the title to Jey Uso. So those are 2 major consecutive WrestleMania losses. Something maybe that's on his mind. No one knows for sure, but that transformation of his page surely has people talking. Speaking of frustrations, that brings us to the next story that comes from Rikishi, the father of Jey Uso. Rikishi has been very vocal about Jey Uso's usage ever since Jey's singles run really began in late 2023. Rikishi has been very critical of the usage, even last year, where he said the Money in the Bank should have gone to Jey. Rikishi's wishes were all granted when Jey became World Heavyweight Champion at WrestleMania. But something new has gotten under Rikishi's skin, and it's Jey's usage for the 2025 Money in the Bank event. Rikishi says he doesn't understand why Jey Uso is in a meaningless tag team match as the reigning World Heavyweight Champion. Rikishi joked that they should bring him into the creative team so he can write for Jey. And Rikishi may have his own agenda here, since this is his son after all, but a lot of fans do agree with him that this tag team match is feeling a bit pointless. Sure, it's mostly going to be used to set up Cena and Cody's rematch, but why is Jey Uso even involved in this situation? Rikishi's kinda right. You could have had something like John Cena versus CM Punk for the WWE Championship back on the Money in the Bank, back where it all began for them, while Jey Uso defends the World Heavyweight title against a new challenger from Raw. 2 exciting separate world title matches and programs, but instead, it's a tag team match with both world champions being involved, with absolutely zero stakes. Who really cares who wins and who loses, because there's no world titles or anything else on the line. It's a tag team match for bragging rights. So, in a way, fans can agree with what Rikishi's saying. The tag team match does feel pointless. Feels like it would have been better to have 2 separate world title programs going at Money in the Bank, but that's not what they went with. So we'll have to see what comes from this tag team match. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.